welcome to the stage Asha Sundaram.
That was the second movement of Vasily Kalinikov's First Symphony. On a personal note, this was the first symphony I ever played, and it made me fall in love with playing in an orchestra. Classical music perseveres as a unique and timeless genre. If I sing doo-doo, 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 these notes are instantly recognizable as the theme from Jaws. But did you know this melody actually comes from composer Antonin Dvorak's Ninth Symphony? In addition to film scores, our rock and pop music are inspired by symphonic works. Classical music is the basis for a large portion of the music we know today, but listeners are often deaf to the origins of these famous tunes. When we curate our personal playlists without classical music, we lose the indelible imprint of our musical ancestry. Now that we've had a prelude as to why classical music deserves a spot on your Spotify, let's scale back to examine the overtones at play. Dwindling numbers of attendees and algorithmic echo chambers all block the road to engaging a new classical audience. Between the pandemic's impact on the arts and decreased interest, audience sizes at the orchestra, opera, and ballet are noticeably smaller. The Wall Street Journal reported that classical music audiences were one of the most vulnerable populations affected by the pandemic, leaving orchestras across the world scrambling. Another barrier to a listener's foundation in classical music is that social media algorithms only recommend similar content to users. At first glance, it may seem that these apps provide access to endless offerings, but in reality, consumers are prevented from straying from previously liked songs. Although it may seem that classical music has sung its final note, I'm going to pitch to you my symphony of solutions to write a new movement for the future of classical music. To grow audiences, musicians need to make classical music fun and accessible for a new generation. The first way modern musicians have adapted classical music is by bringing it to social media. 3-time Grammy Award-winning violinist Hilary Hahn started the hashtag 100 Days of Practice Challenge, inspiring musicians young and old to post and practice daily. Also, young professional violinists Brett Yang and Eddie Chen have been entertaining millions of followers on their YouTube channel Two Set Violin by combining classical music with comedy. Next, in August 2018, adored and famed cellist Yo-Yo Ma started his international Bach project. Over 2 years, he played 36 free concerts in outdoor performance venues, bringing his music to tens of thousands of patrons at no cost. The Bach project accomplished its mission, proving that classical music doesn't only belong to ticket holders in concert halls. And don't think that it requires travel to Chicago or New York City to hear famous musicians play. Ever heard of a little musical called The Lion King? Or Hamilton? Or Wicked? What if I told you that a musician who served as music director for all of these award-winning shows and more lives here in Wisconsin. In a small town in Door County, Ephraim, population 345, world-renowned conductor and organist Colin Welford provides free concerts weekly throughout the year at Ephraim Moravian Church in his concert series, Colin and Friends. I have been honored to perform multiple shows with him and develop a professional artist relationship right here in my backyard. And speaking of backyards, every June 21st, the Make Music Madison project programs a full day of music in public spaces. Last year, I performed with my youth orchestra on the steps of the state capitol, performing Ravel's Bolero as a flash mob. As you can see, innovative musicians are inviting a new generation of audiences to make note of accessible performances. To make a community impact, attending a high school choir, orchestra, or band concert is a great way to support emerging musicians. Here in Prairie, we have a thriving music program. My high school classmates and I are nationally and internationally recognized musicians. The Sun Prairie Flute Choir has performed at the National Flute Association Convention in Chicago. And Sun Prairie Jazz 1 was selected as a finalist in the International Essentially Ellington Jazz Competition for the 15th time. Plan to attend their send-off concert here in the PAC on May 4th. I also welcome you to attend Wisconsin Youth Symphony Orchestra concerts. WYSO hosts 5 youth orchestras with players as young as 5 years old. I play in WYSO's premier group. As teenagers, we perform full professional orchestral works, and this summer we're going on tour to Spain and Portugal. Finally, I encourage you to attend a professional orchestral concert from the Madison Symphony Orchestra. I can assure you, you will be moved by skilled and passionate musicians carrying on the legacy of classical music. In summary, we classical musicians want you to know we are playing a new tune. My dream is to become a professional musician. I aspire to captivate sold-out audiences with soaring symphonies, outstanding overtures, and awe-inspiring arias. Like the violinist in the subway, we are playing for you. The only difference is the choice you make to hear us. You've been listening to me speak for about 10 minutes. This summer, I performed a 10-minute concerto with the nationally renowned Birch Creek Symphony Orchestra. In those 10 minutes, I expressed emotions and moved an audience more than I could ever say with words. That is the power of live music. So today, my beloved audience, when you have the opportunity to attend live music, I implore you to stop and listen. In the spirit of sharing my passion for classical music with you all today, I would like to play a short excerpt.